Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special review, impressions of a knife I've had for quite some time and I realized I never did a review on. This is the Bade Modern Designs Stunner. You're not going to find this knife out anywhere available right now. The same guy who made this has one with Tuya knives right now, I believe. It is called, I'm trying to remember it. Might actually have one, I might have it over here. Yeah, the Hive version 3. So he also makes this one. If you're interested in some of his other designs, see if I can get this out. This is the Hive, and this is also made by the same guy, and you can see the little design right there, as well as on here. Right there is the little logo as well. The same gentleman who made that knife. So this is the Bade Modern Design. This is a great little knife. You might find this around in the resale market, and maybe at some point they will bring it back because I love the ergonomics of this knife. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's a knife that I cannot recommend enough for anybody that's looking for a really good knife. Again, I believe this is made by Bestech. This is blue anodization on the clip, on the pivot, and the thumb stud. It is a titanium handle. I call this meteorite kind of carbon fiber. It's a very unique texture, if you can see that. It's really cool. They've got the inlay everywhere done really, really well. I like the uniform ergonomic design of it. It is a flipper with ample jimping on there, which is great for deployment. Some thumb stubs, very good thumb studs with very direct access, and it's really cut out well for your hands and your thumbs to get in there. So that is really pretty awesome. Don't know the name of the designer. I can't remember the guy's name. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description, so check out there. But anyways, that is the Bade Modern Designs the Stunner. That's the name of this knife. So the materials, again, titanium. It is a frame lock, as you can see. It is inlaid with carbon fiber. It is blue anodized around here. It comes with a second deep pocket carry clip that's not anodized, this blue color, so you could replace it. This clip works really well. It's got nice flexibility. It is a titanium deep mill pocket carry clip, would have relatively very good deep carry. The ergonomics is fantastic. The blade steel on this is M390, as you can see right there. Beautiful drop point right here, flat full grind almost all the way up to the top, rounded off at the top. So you could say it's chamfered. It's a little flat here. There's really not a swedge or anything like that, but it is flat. So if you needed to do a push cut, a precision cut, that works really, really well. It has a beautiful finger choil. This works beautifully for even big, meaty fingers. Plenty of room right there for a forward grip. So very large hands. I have medium to medium large hands. They're large width-wise, they're medium length-wise, so plenty of room. Even here I get the full 4 fingers. So, you know, right there you're at large to extra large probably, but here 2X, 3X very easily can hold that. It has some jimping. It's very light. It gives you a little texture. I mean, with a lot of pressure, it might give you some traction, but it's not going to be fantastic. It's more for, I guess, the feel of where you're at. You do have the thumb studs that work really well. Make sure you stay balanced on there. So that's really nice. And it is a frame lock. And as you can see, it locks up. Let's look at that. Probably a good 20-30%. So that's nice. And the action, beautiful. And it is dead center. So that's really nice. This does have the Skiff washers in it, which made this even better. You can see reverse deploy works really nice. Forward deploy works really nice. And the thumb stud works really nice. Now I think you can do the push button and you can do the light switch. Both work really, really well. Yeah, you can fail this if you go light enough. It is not a super strong detent, but I don't like incredibly strong detents. And if you do, you can absolutely tune this to much harder detent. That's not a problem. I actually tuned mine to a little bit lighter detent, not much, but just enough that I like it because I like the smooth buttery action, and I like it to drop shut as well. There's no rock plate. It's in there solid, and you can see that when it goes into the detent, locks in. There's no detent lash. It's in there really well, so that's really nice. And the jimping, like I said, works really fantastic. And out here you have nice relief, easy access to the frame lock. It is cutaway. There's a nice cutaway to get there, and it is chamfered, nice and smooth. It's not a sharp edge, very comfortable to drop and close. Very easy for both left-handed and right-handed deployment. So that's really nice. I can easily do this left-handed as well. So all that is really great. Let's do some measurements. All right, so the weight of the blade, here we go, it's going to be 4.54 ounces, 4.54 ounces. So, it's got a little weight to it, but it's not super heavy. Part of that, ooh, yeah, we've got to be careful there, sticking my finger over there. You can see that there's a nice cutout in there, so there's a lot of weight relief, so that's really good. So you'll find that working out really well. All right, and let's, so 4.54 ounces, let's go ahead and do a length check on this knife. All right, so the blade is going to be, looks like the length of the blade is exactly 3 inches. Going back to, it's about 3 1/4. The overall length is just shy of 8 inches, probably 7/8 inches. The handle, from a short part of it, it's going to be about 3 3/4 inches. If you do the finger twirl, which is very, very usable, it's going to give you about 4 1/2 to maybe 4 5/8 of an inch. Very, very comfortable for large hands. So that's really cool. All right, let's go ahead and do a little measurement on the the blade here. So let's go ahead, make sure we're at 0. Yeah, we're at 0. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're at 0.158 inches. So it's 158 hundredths of an inch. So it's right between 0.1 and 0.2 inches. So, it's a good heavy duty blade stock. So that is nice. You'll definitely be able to use that. All right. So what's next? Yeah, so that's the measurements. Knife category, this knife was around $250. I don't know if it would be the same price. This was a couple years ago. Probably be in the $300 range, especially with everything that's involved in this one. But at $250, it's right in the regular price range. It's not really a high-end knife. So that would be the knife category that I would put this knife into. Definitely kind of a regular knife, but it's outstanding. I think in the future releases, it would probably be significantly more. The purpose of this knife, this would definitely be what you can, should, or might use this for would be EDC, everyday use. I think it's definitely a good user. It's got a nice flat grind. This is a hollow grind. I don't know if you can tell. Beautiful hollow grind. Let's see if we can see that. Can we see that right there? Yeah. Try to get the camera to focus. Nice hollow grind. So it's a very nice thin blade. Great slicer, I think. I think you're going to find this to be really fantastic as far as for hollow grind and use. So EDC task, I think you can use it for anything. It is got cage ceramic ball bearings, so if you're around sand, grit, and stuff like that, steel, metal parts and stuff, you may want something that's more phosphor bronze, but I think everyday use for anything, cutting, boxes, envelopes, packages, cat food, dog food, fertilizer, soil, whatever, bags, working on your yard, I think it's great. Mulch, yeah, this is going to be it's going to be a great user knife. The ergos and feel. Ergos and feel are phenomenal. Everything's chamfered really, really nicely all the way around. I love that. It's done so well. There's no sharp edges around here, even on the blade. It's really done nicely. It's comfortable in hand. There's no hot spot with this pocket clip. It's really, really well rounded, so it's very comfortable. You'll really be able to enjoy that. The choke up is even very comfortable. There's no hot spot there as well. The handle is just really outstanding. Deployment, the thumb studs work fantastic. And the place of the cutout just really guides you to where your thumb needs to be, both front and back. And the flipper works just perfect. Again, we talked about the cutaway, the jimping. There's jimping up here. There's some very light jimping here. The cutaway here with the cutout is really nice. All that stuff to close. You can drop right here. It'll catch on my thumb right there. You can see, so it's not going to drop like a guillotine. And then it just shuts. Even if you were to miss that, you're going to catch right there in a finger twirl. So you'd be safe not to get the guillotine effect. But it drops really nicely. Fidget factor, this is going to be a 9 out of 10 for sure. I love this for fidget factor. I mean, it's almost a 10. It really is. It's almost a 10. There's a few knives that I reserve for the 10, but this is really close, right? If it was absolutely perfect, both left-handed, right-handed, I think it would be a 10. And I think what would make it a 10 is if we took this frame lock and made that a little bit thinner. Some of the very higher end, nicer designs have a much thinner frame lock. So that way, when you're left-handed, you're not pushing on the frame lock and making it a little more challenging and having to use the deep mill pocket carry clip. So I give it a 9, definitely. Overall thoughts, I love this knife. I think it's a fantastic knife. I think if you were to get one in the secondhand market, you should. And if they re-release these at some point, I think this is going to be a great knife to add to your edition. I love the ergonomics of it. It's not like I don't want to say Vero engineering, but it's very smooth, and the lines are roundness, but it's very, I don't know, I love the symmetry and the engineering. To me, it just speaks to me. I love that. Very functional. In some ways, it's basic, but in other ways, I think it has some uniqueness to it. I found very few knives that execute this well and this comfortably. And when you get them, when they all work this well, at least for my hand size and shape, this is fantastic. So definitely would recommend this. It's going to be my recommended knives. I can't say high-end because it's not really high-end when I bought it. If it comes out again and it's much more expensive, I would probably move it over to the high-end. But right now, it's just going to be a recommended knife. In the aftermarket, it may be a little more expensive. I know a lot of people look for this particular knife, so that potentially could be more expensive in the aftermarket. So that's my overall thoughts. So if you have any questions about this knife, please feel free to comment down below. If there's something you'd like to see me do in a future review, if there's something you would like to see me cover, or you have questions about the knife, please feel free to comment down below. I try to answer all those comments and get back to you. Also, if you found this content fun, interesting, or worthwhile, please consider hitting the like button for this video. I sure would appreciate that. And if you have hit the like button, maybe consider subscribing to my channel for more content. That really helps me out. The like and the subscription allows me to produce more content, and it really is a huge benefit to my channel. I would really appreciate you doing that. And then if you've already clicked the subscription button, maybe hit that notification button so you can be notified of future content as videos drop. And if you haven't already done so, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video today. You guys have a great day and a great week. Bye.